Hi everyone, so in today's video I'm going to talk a bit about your shoulders and how to maintain them. Now your shoulders are really important because you use them for things like transferring and pushing around really heavily. And if you damage your shoulders, it will really affect your quality of life and your independence. So, first tip is to keep your posture in your chair, while you're sat in your chair, very neutral. Now, for the longest time, I had issues with my right shoulder and I didn't know why. And physio didn't work, doing the physio exercises didn't help at all because the issue was the way I was sat in my chair. So I was kind of sat, I will sort of exaggerate it a bit. I was sat sort of at an angle that was bringing me to the left a little bit. So my left shoulder was down a little bit lower than my right. So my left was making small movements while I was pushing, and my right shoulder was making these huge movements, and it was sort of over mobilizing my right shoulder, and the issues arose with my right shoulder. So the only way I got recovered with my shoulder issues, they're not fully recovered yet because they do take a while, which is why you're better off preventing these issues rather than trying to fix them later. I got myself into a better seating position and now I'm neutral. You can tell you're neutral because your knees come out the same length. If you have same length legs, they will come out the same. If one knee comes out further than the other, say your right knee comes out further than your left, you'll have issues with your right shoulder. It'll be matching. So always be watching your knees. Make sure that they're coming out the same length. Especially when you go out for a long push or something like that, it will really affect your shoulder. Second one is keep your tyres pumped up. Now, I keep my tyres pumped up using a pump with a gauge. You might have an electric one as well. Just make sure it's got a gauge so that you know how much air is in your tyre. I usually keep at least 80 psi, maybe 100 in my tyres. It makes it a lot easier to push and a lot easier on your shoulders when you're pushing around. Third thing is do some exercises just to keep especially the rotator cuff muscles in your shoulder tip top. So there's a couple of easy exercises for this. Both involve something like a resistance band. And both of the exercises involve this movement. The only difference between the two exercises is where the band is and in which direction you're pulling against it. So I like to keep myself about an arm's distance away from the anchor point, and you have to find something around the house or in the garden that you can attach a band to. It's nice and smooth so that it won't damage the band at all, and is about hip height. And you put your brakes on, but don't put your brakes on the TheraBand or else it'll get stuck. So the first exercise, you will have it on the right side, for example, and you grab the band and you basically pull inwards like this. Yeah, and you'll be doing this 10 times. before stopping. So then you move on to this arm, and this will be the other exercise. So you'll be pulling out 2, 3, 4, and then you'll be going to 10. What you don't want is too much resistance on these bands because you don't want to do damage to your shoulder. And if at any point you are having joint pain, stop and see a physio. And then once you've done 3 sets of 10, so you'll be doing 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you'll be doing 10, then moving on to this one, doing 10, and then you'll be doing your second one up to 10, second one again, and you'll be doing 3 sets of those. Then turning around and then doing the same thing on the other arms. Another thing I do as well is carry this band around with me before I do sports or exercise. At the gym, I'll hold them, and basically it's the same exercise, you're just doing both at the same time. So I do this maybe twice a week, something like that, just keep your shoulders good and well. Fourth thing is to keep your posture good in general. So talking about hunchback. I'll link a few videos that I've done in the pinned comment about this. But one thing that you can do, just in general, whenever you think about it, is just sort of grab your wheels, especially if you're working at a computer for a while. Just grab your wheels at the back and just try and pull out like this, and just bring those shoulders back. Really good stretch, and it really helps. So I hope you found these tips helpful. Look in the pinned comment for some things about posture, and I hope you found this video helpful, and thank you for watching.